Hello, everyone. This is Creating Grin. Join us as we play Dungeons and Dragons, the 5th edition, around Yale table, throwing dice, telling stories, and creating legacies. Joining me around Yale table once again via the scrying spell is our special guest, the Insight Chicks.
Hi.
Welcome, ladies. Why don't you go ahead and tell our viewers and listeners a little bit about yourselves and the characters you'll be playing.
Good, you go first.
Okay, I'm Katy. I'm playing Uncle, who is a satyr bard, and who is here for just the best, most positive, happy time. Thank you so much for having us back on again.
Oh, absolutely pleasure.
And my name's Emma, and I'm playing Twilight Shadowbloom, the halfling wizard, who is very much a necromancy wizard, and who is here for all the negative vibes and darkness and the complete opposite to Uncle. And you can find us on Instagram at Insight Chicks.
Awesome. And I'm Eric. I have the privilege of being the Grin Master for this special chapter of our tale. So, quick recap summarization. You guys had taken a long rest inside of Liamon's tiny hut. I would assume after completing that and gathering all the things, we can montage you leaving the Neverwinter Wood, continuing your travels eastward towards the Tower of Twilight, the final stop along your little adventuring soiree. As you continue to travel east, the day begins to draw to a close as the sun begins to set. That is when your eyes spot an island in the center of a lake. As twilight begins to set in, there is a mystical shimmer that begins to slowly reveal a beautiful emerald tower with an arcing bridge of similar color leading to the tower across the lake. It seems you have discovered the Tower of Twilight, as what little light there is left is quickly fading. I ask what you would like to do as I reveal to you the map of what you see.
Exciting. So, Tower of Twilight, am I thinking this is your... This is something to do with you, buddy.
Well, I think so. I mean, it's got my name and
It looks lovely.
in the time of day, but I don't know much else other than that.
Well, it looks lovely. It looks green and fresh and so unlike anything I'd associate with you.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I have to agree. I was expected to be, darker, more blood. But, I'll go with it. Can, kind of as we're sort of coming around the corner, what can we hear apart from the water? Is there anything else?
So there's a gentle, very gentle, subtle kind of lapping of the lake on the shoreline. There is basic kind of foresty, slight fey ambience. Most of the nocturnal creatures are yet to start appearing, as it is that transition between day and night. So there is some songbirds and other creatures of day that are still kind of going about, making noise and doing their things. Other than that, it seems very quiet.
And there isn't really the tower we were in the last episode. It was quite sort of, it sucked the life out of people. I guess we're not.
There is no evidence of any. Nope. This looks just like a random tower that has magically appeared via the kind of shimmer of the twilight effect. So when twilight sets in, it kind of like casts and reveals the tower's location. Other than that, I mean, there's various roads that lead off in different directions. There's a road that leads north, one that leads kind of like a nice southeastern direction. There's a pathway that leads off to the east, and this seems to be kind of like at the crossroads of everything.
I mean, it doesn't seem quite as scary as the last one, which is always helpful.
I'm more than happy just to skip right up to it.
Are you going to just skip in front?
Unless you're going to stop me, we'll just be skipping away.
I mean, I'll follow you, but I won't. I don't feel too sense of danger, so I'll let you skip. I'll just keep close behind you, not shuffling.
Okay. So you guys can go ahead and put your tokens where you would like to go to and how far you would like to go to.
Should we still go to the edge of the water for now?
Yeah, edge of the water sounds good.
Just sort of maybe come around the corner, like here, like next to the tree. And we're just sort of
Sure.
there.
So you're looking at the tower, and you can see from the exterior of the tower, there are these kind of beautiful stained glass windows that are very opaque. And you probably count like 4 of them, almost in like a rough cardinal direction kind of location. There is no door that you can see, but there's a pathway leading to the wall of the tower.
Is the water around the edge deep?
It is probably, it's shallow to the first 5 feet, and then it's a quick drop off, and it stays deep all the way to the other shoreline. It's very clear, and you can definitely see the bottom. And it probably goes down 8 to 10 feet at the deep point.
Just have to swim across, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just have a little like.
Just swimming looks lovely. What could possibly go wrong?
If you are, I'm just going to misty step across. I'm not going to lie. I don't really fancy getting wet. You can swim. You're more than welcome to.
There is a bridge.
Ah.
Bridge. Just gonna save you some spell slots. So it's an arcing bridge that crosses the lake, emerald green in structure and make.
Yeah, it's around the other side.
It's around the other side.
What do I imagine?
I know the tower was obscuring your view, wasn't it?
That's okay.
Oh, Uncle would have been waist deep before you're like, hang on a minute.
I'd be like, Uncle, put your trousers back on. There's a bridge.
She'll shake off her little goat legs.
Do you wear trousers?
She wears like a skirt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Put your skirt back on. Oh, sorry, I just distracted us. I'll go, but you are following.
Yeah, I'm following.
To the bridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys will cross the bridge, and you can see that the tower, essentially, there is a like kind of simple kind of dirt path that leads up to a wall, and that is it.
Is there anything of, speak friend and enter of this wall, or?
There's no indications of anything like that, but you can certainly try anything you'd like.
Can I do like a perception check to see if there's anything to indicate a way to reveal some kind of entrance?
You can.
No, that's not going to be any good. That's a 12.
Nope. It feels, I'll say that you use your sight, your smell, all your senses, and it just feels like a stone wall that the dirt pathway runs right into, but you're already onto the track that there has to be some sort of entry point there. All the indications are there.
Just kind of look and be like, maybe we have to touch it.
Now, I was wondering about just going up and like knocking on it, like knocking on the door. So just like.
Yep. You do, and it's just like knocking on stone. There is no reaction other than knocking on stone.
Well, I'm all out of ideas. I mean, have you got any weapons? Maybe we can try and cut a hole.
That seems violent. Maybe we have to...
Efficient, I would say. It's fine, whatever you think.
Well, it would be permanent structural damage.
I mean, there's no one around that's going to find out, is there?
Well, we might be inside. Maybe we should ask them... She's going to go full like... Have you heard about our Lord and Saviour?
Is the prophet there?
I think I am the prophet, so...
You're like, yes, I am here.
I have come, the prophet, to save you all. No.
No reply. No answer. No action.
sounds really silly. Can we go around the other side? I'm wondering if
Sure.
it's the same,
You
the
can,
same
yeah,
issue
while
as the
walking,
bridge.
while walking around, you can literally see that there is some beautiful looking stained glass windows. They're very opaque, that can't really make out what is being depicted on the outside, but they're very colorful, for sure. And if you try to look in, it's obscure, and it's you can't see inside the windows.
You could always smash a window.
But they're so beautiful. Let's hold fire before we tear this place down. This place is named the Tower of Twilight. Your name is Twilight. You want to start smashing this down?
Well, if it's my tower, I can do what I want with it, can't I? no, not exactly. I do actually fancy getting into it today. I am
Not until the sun sets, and then it's like,
no,
right.
No, hang on, it's twilight now, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. If we don't do it by the time Twilight passes.
It sounds really strange, could I speak my name at the wall? Like, I am Twilight Shadowbloom, can you please let me in?
You can. When you do, there will be something that reveals itself roughly about where the top of the door would be. It'll be written in Sylvan.
Hey!
That's your language.
That's my one. What does it say?
When you look at it, it's the words says fairy dust.
Oh, fairy dust.
When you say the word, then you're going to watch the stone kind of melt and disappear away to reveal an open doorway.
I had a feeling that was the name of the drug.
That's what I was thinking.
Promising to send back.
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah, that was the name of the drug that we were going to send back, and I don't think we've
managed to get hold of some yet.
However,
but the door is open.
The door is open.
Yep.
Oh, wonderful.
Well, as you opened it, would you like to go in?
Yeah, sure. I decide.
Okay, let's see if I can do all
You'll
the
go
things.
first.
Okay, so the door is here. You should be able to see on the inside when you move over to it.
Oh, yeah.
So what you currently see, I'm going to get to my describing things here, is the entry. Upon revealing the entrance, you have now stepped or looking inside to see that the tower is dark. The moonlight that is now kind of filtering in or turning as you're transitioning into the night is going to spill in, giving you just enough to reveal that there's an opening to the left, there is an opening to the right, and they seem to lead into dark rooms. Let's see. Then you notice there is a set of round steps or stone steps that seem to lead up to about 15 feet up to another floor. So I ask what you'd like to do at this point. You've ventured to the right, it looks like.
Yeah.
So
sorry,
in this room,
no,
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
In this room, you see velvet green settee there with some plush green and gold pillows, a beautiful green rug with a nice little wooden table, and now you can see the beautiful stained glass window. And in this stained glass window, if I get to the right thing here, is...
Just freely just wandering around like la 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 la.
I'm feeling this is your house, so whether it is or not, I don't know.
No, I don't know at the moment.
Uncle doesn't know that. As that drives.
The opaque stained glass window depicting the silhouette of what resembles Twilight. It's like dark. It seems to be holding something that is missing, like a piece of stained glass that is missing, roughly about 7 inches in length, 3 inches in width. And then, where am I at here on my descriptors? resting across from the couch, there's going to be on the table, actually, I believe is where it is. Wrong mouse. Okay, so let me try to summarize this. So the stained glass window, there's a black silhouette in the stained glass window. There are two rose-colored pieces of stained glass that look like eyes in the silhouette. And then there is basically kind of a piece of stained glass that is missing in the middle of this black silhouette. The silhouette shape looks very much like Twilight. And then there is something on the table. Just trying to find where it is at. Oh, there it is. There appears to be a piece of stone with jagged or well-cut, some well-cut edges and jagged edges that is resting on the table in this room.
Was that stone you said? Piece of stone?
It looks like it, yes.
It's been thrown in. Like, smash the...
True to characters, Uncle hadn't got that far.
I mean, I technically got in there, I repeated through the door, going, yeah.
So, a closer examination of the stone would reveal that it's slightly incorporeal. It looks like it's caught between material and other planes, so you can see what it visually looks like, but your hand will pass through it like it's not tangible to grab.
So it's like on another plane, and it's sort of almost
Someone's
reflected onto
another plane.
Yeah. The hole in the stained glass.
Correct.
Does that feel the same? Does it feel like, or does that actually?
No, the hole looks like it's, like I said, it's looking like it's missing a piece of stained glass that is roughly 7 inches tall, 3 inches wide. You do, because you walked in the entryway, you do remember seeing something sitting on a very tiny little entry table. There was 4 little objects on the entry table in the main hall when you entered in.
Okay.
But Uncle was very curious and jutted right into the right room.
That was me. Sorry.
No, you're good.
That's all right. You can drop back. I didn't pay any attention to the entryway.
No, it's true.
Straight in here.
I was trying to move. I didn't know where I was. And I was moving you around. Like, I put you in the other room. I guess I kind of peek my head in and see what Uncle's looking at, and then maybe go back to the hallway and see what was.
So on top of the hallway are 4 pieces of stained glass, 7 inches in length, 3 inches in width, and they're kind of splayed out. They have a depiction on each one of them. If I can find the depiction, I would gladly show it to you.
That's cool.
I think. There we go. Here we go. So the first one has an image like this.
That's cool.
The second one has an image like that.
You got a jester mask.
Has an image like that.
I'm loving this.
And has an image like that. So there should be 4 different ones that you see.
Yeah.
Okay, now, since you kind of found the incorporeal piece of stone on that table, I will show you what that looks like. It looks like this. That's what the piece looks like. That's resting on the table in the room in which you were just in.
Like a shard. Do you think that goes to something?
Yes, but specifically what? It doesn't look like any of the pictures, does it?
No, we can't pick it up or anything.
No, but does it resemble any pictures?
Yeah. We've got the Wraith, the Jester, and the women.
Doesn't look like any of the pictures.
It's not part of the Jester here, but parts of that.
It was blue in colour, wasn't it?
It was blue in colour.
Those appear to be particularly blue. I think I should close this.
Oh yeah, take a picture, that's a good idea.
A puzzle, Twilight.
You can say that again. Don't say it again. So just to check, so this is what we've seen. They're just...
So those are basically stained glass that looks like pictures or cards that you've picked up.
Cards.
They look like they could be inserted into the missing piece of the stained glass in the room or various rooms, because you saw that there was stained glasses outside that probably would coincide with multiple windows. The main window that you first encountered has a silhouette roughly same shape and size as what Twilight is, that is very dark and opaque, that can't be seen through. The only difference in that shadow silhouette are these kind of two rose-colored eye sockets, and obviously where you would insert one of those missing pieces of stained glass that you now have.
What do you reckon? It's the death one? The one with the skull?
I mean, looking at that, that's got two eyes, and it's the very darkest out of all of them. Not really in rose colour, but maybe we could go and just see which one fits.
If you guys need a hint, I'll let you roll an insight check. If you can get 14 or better, I can throw a hint your way.
Yeah, insight check.
Natural 20.
I mean, let's see if I can better that. Natural 1, but I can re-roll that for half in luck as a 2. Couldn't be any worse. Let's take Uncle's roll.
So essentially, Twilight, you were like really deep in the process of trying these crazy algorithms and mathematic equations, trying to overcomplicate things to where Uncle literally walks up and looks out the stained glass window, putting her eyes through the rose-colored eye sockets in the window. When you do, you see something across the way written on a tree that reads this. Here is what it reads.
Ooh. Room 1.
Hang on, which room are we in though?
You're in 4.
Okay, cool. So, riddle, room 4. I am the grim orb atop one's neck. Your own you wish whole, your enemies wrecked. My form inspires dread, yet without me you're dead. Wait, I'm a grin orb atop one's neck, so a head.
So that's got to be the one with the skull, right?
That's what I'm wondering, because that's a skull.
Whether the jester also has a skull on it, but your own you wish whole, your enemies wrecked. That would be skull again.
Yeah.
My form inspires dread.
The skull.
Without me. Yeah, it's got to be this.
I think maybe
it's got to be
with the moon and the skull and holding the kind of the wooden staff.
Yeah, with the moon in it. Let's try that one.
Yeah.
Who's placing it in?
I mean, I'm there if you want me to.
And you've worked it out. I mean, I haven't technically, have I?
Yes, we'll go with. Yes, we'll go with the skull moon picture.
Okay, so you take and place that piece of stained glass into the missing space, and when you do, there is a shimmer of magic. The silhouette of Twilight is no longer gray and black. It waves into a much older but very regal-looking version of your friend as you will look at a tinge of gold sparkle and magic on the table, and the stone is now physically able to be picked up, that piece that was on the table.
You'd be like, woo!
Oh, so it looks like you won a prize. I mean, it's amazing that you worked this out and I didn't, but would you want me to get the stone or do you want to get
I
the
think
stone?
it's your stone, Twilight.
I'm also quite perplexed. So the older picture of me, does it, do I know it of me and not of, I'm trying to think.
It is exactly like you, except one halfling of greater age. There's kind of wisps of gray. Your hair color is lighter. There is very much a little bit more wrinkling. Nothing like old and decrepit, but very, like I said, very regal and mature, if you will. It looks flattering, and it looks of probably like later years of a halfling's life. But it's definitely you.
Because I think that's me up there. I feel like, I know we joke and said it's my tower, but
I wasn't joking.
no, well, I was. I thought it just as a coincidence. Nothing seems to be a coincidence here. It seems that either these planes of work at different speeds. Are we still on the one that we first started on? Did we appear back? When we came back from Solaris, did we come back on the plane that we left, if you know what I mean?
Have we come back at another time?
That's what I'm thinking.
Let's look at the other pictures.
Okay. I'm going to look at the stone first.
Okay, so the stone, you have it. It's tangible right now. It looks, like I said, like it's a piece of something that, like it would attach to something else.
Would it attach to my staff at all?
No, doesn't look like it would attach to. Nope, it looks more like it would attach like a puzzle piece to another piece that would complete a bigger picture.
Okay. I was wondering, when like you have a staff that has this like glowing rock above it or something like that. I'm like, ooh, no.
Let's see if there's others in the other rooms, because then surely they themselves form a separate puzzle.
Or maybe it makes one big puzzle.
To move round to the
Yeah.
counterclockwise.
Okay, so you move into the
Just
next room.
Yeah,
So inside this room, again, is a beautiful inlay hardwood floor that you had encountered in the first room. There's a large green rug that rests, and on top of the rug, there's a beautiful green velvet settee. There's golden throw pillows, and resting on an opulent wooden settee table is what appears to be, again, a hunk of blue stone with a part of an image on it. The stone appears to be well cut on its outer edges, but very rough and broken on the inner edges, much like you had encountered in the room before. As you had tried to do the same picking it up, your hands will go through it, as it is also kind of caught in the in-between. The beautiful opaque stained glass window in this room has a silhouette of, once again, what resembles Twilight holding something that seems to be missing. The piece of stained glass, proper dimensions on what you have. And once again, standing out in this stained glass window are the two clear rose-colored eye-shaped glass panes. So I ask you guys what you wish to do.
Uncle's only scrambled up to read through the eye panes.
Yep.
To read the riddle.
So that would be riddle number 3.
The prosperous believe we smile on them, the doomed beg for reprieve. No one can outrun us, or the destinies we weave.
I'm assuming it's the women, because there's 3. Us, them.
We. Weaving, they have a thread. This seems very likely.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
So we'll put the image of the 3 women into the slot.
Excellent. When you do, the image or the silhouette of Twilight will reveal itself to be slightly younger, slightly younger than the one in the previous room, but still a bit older than the version that you have right next to you. And the piece of stone can be grabbed. I will reveal to you the piece of stone and what it looks like.
bottom two parts of what looks like a shield.
So it's like a shield.
Yes, we kind of have like this shape right now. Something like that.
That's it. Okay. So I'm going to grab the stone shard, just keep it kind of in my pocket for now.
Mm-hmm.
The other one. And then we move round to the other room.
Counterclockwise.
Yeah.
So this will be riddle number 2 as you go through the same process.
Although always shiny in daylight, I hide. At night, I'm one of many spread far and wide.
So
the star.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Slot the star in.
Yep. So as you put the star in, the same thing will happen. A younger version than the previous 2 rooms, but still not quite the same depiction as what you're used to. The piece of stone will materialize on the table, and now you have 3 pieces. As we show you those pieces, here's the...
And then trot round into the final room with the final piece, I would imagine.
This room does not have a table, but you notice that the stone piece is resting on the couch. And this will reveal the final riddle, riddle number 1. If you wish to read it, there may not be a reason, because you've deduced there's only 1 piece left.
A royal servant wielding words instead of blades, a painted courtier, my smile never fades. Wielder of guile, often reviled. So the court jester.
Yeah.
So inserting that last piece will reveal the image of Twilight, like a mirrored image, essentially. The same youthful exuberance that you are used to in this window, as you will now have the final piece. And I will reveal it. Maybe. There we go. So now you have all 4 pieces of this shield-like stone crest, if you will. It's probably about 8 inches by 5 inches. It's not like a full-size shield, but it would be like a crest or something like that you could assemble together. I'm assuming you put the crest together.
Yeah.
Then I will show you the completed crest.
That's me.
Very
That
good.
is you.
That's my silhouette.
Oh. So, I think, Uncle, this is your shield.
That's my hair.
It looks quite big, doesn't it, there?
I think narratively her hair is quite massive.
It is.
She'll just try. Just try like. No.
Does it fit? So, did you? I mean, we put the pieces back and formed my age story around here, but you're the pieces that are formed when I'm put together.
Oh, that's nice. You do need me.
I'm still on the fence about that, but okay, let's go with that today.
So the stones have magically, once you kind of place them together, they will bond together. Now you have a complete basic, like you already kind of figured out it's attached, and now you have like a kite shield kind of crest stone.
Would you like to keep hold of it, Uncle, as it is you?
Yes.
It's like I feel like you've collected your own little sort of piece of the puzzle, like it's your, I think what it's called.
Reward.
Pardon?
Reward.
Reward. I was thinking like memorabilia.
Merch.
Merch. That's the word I'm thinking of. It's Uncle merch.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry.
No, good. You're
His
good.
husband's just walked in. I mean, are there other floors to this tower? There's obviously spiralling stairs, so maybe we'll just kind of make our way around it.
Yeah, head on up.
Okay, so you take the steps and you climb the steps on what feels like eternity. you just keep climbing and climbing, and you try to do the math in your head, and you're like, I know the tower wasn't this tall from the outside appearance, but eventually you reach a dead end, a stone wall with a small recess in the center of the wall that is shaped like a kite shield, roughly 8 inches in length, 4 to 5 inches in width, about 2 inches deep.
I shall put my shield in it.
Okay, so doing so, as you put the completed crest inside this small recess, the stone wall at the top of the spiral steps, it will fade away, revealing an arched opening that leads into a room. This room is roughly 20 feet in diameter, and in the center of this room, which is completely empty except for a stone pedestal that, and resting on the stone pedestal are 3 sinister-looking metal boxes with an iron lock built into each. Sorry, 1 sinister box. My apologies. And there's an iron lock built into each of the 4 sides. Each lock supports or has a keyhole with a sculpted image above it, and there are 4 iron keys hanging from hooks on a nearby wall, and each key seems to have a different number of teeth. And above the keys, the following verse has been etched into the wall. The spells on these locks are all the same, though each possesses a unique name. Count on your answer to unlock the way, but use the wrong key to your dismay.
Did you say there were symbols above each lock?
There is. I will need you specifically to make a nature check, because some of these symbols are probably more your forte. I will allow Twilight to aid you if you would like advantage.
Yeah. I will help you.
Dirty 20.
All right.
No, dirty 21.
Nice.
So the images are basically, again, like a silhouetted image, which you're able to identify 1 to be a red cap gnome, 1 to be a mimic, 1 to be a quickling, and 1 to be a wood woad.
Okay. So we have this box with creatures.
I will show you what
On
the
the
keys
outside.
look like as well. Here is
Which
what the
key?
keys.
So they've each got different number of teeth. Put a picture of that. And then they're all the same spells. Red cap, no, mimic.
Quickling and woodwoad.
What was that initial riddle again? It was on the front. It was the spells are the same.
The spells on these locks are all the same, though each possess a unique name. Count on your answer to unlock the way, but use the wrong key to your dismay.
Count on the number.
It's got to do something.
Count on the number, which is the number on there. So I know it sounds really silly. I wonder if a mimic was literally like that one because they're opposite each other.
But I'm wondering what it's got to do with the creatures. It's obviously to do with the amount of like teeth the key has. But is that to do with how does that connect with the creatures on the on the box?
Is there anything else in the room at all other than
That's
the
it.
box
That's it. And the door that you entered in the room.
I guess, I know surely this is something a previous me have secured.
Possibly.
Or currently.
You can make an insight check for him if you'd like.
Yeah.
I could.
I will do an insight check on a good dice. Come on, dice. Be my friend. You've been my friend. That's a 14.
You believe you're on the right track. You're both on the right track, but you do believe it has to do with counting or number. That they align with that somehow.
It's not anything to do with height or anything like that, you know.
It's not a bad shout. Gnome's quite small.
That was my first thought.
The only reason I thought mimic for this one is because they mimic each other either side. But
I see what you mean.
That's the only one that is a mirror image of each other. But that doesn't follow the rules of numbering or anything like that.
So what do we have? We've got 5, 6. How many teeth is on?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on either side. So,
and that's with like either side.
Yeah. 5, 6, 8, 8. I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. Yep.
I don't understand. Both myself and Uncle are dreadful with numbers. What did these numbers have to do with those creatures?
Well, with the smallest one that you said, big gnome, but I don't know much about quicklings. Do we know much about the symbols and like the quicklings and the woodwoads?
Uncle would know that they're fey creatures.
Red cap. Yeah,
Baldur's Gate.
That's Baldur's Gate. So
They're in Baldur's Gate. I think I was going to
with the
these in the swamp.
Auntie Ethel.
Yeah.
How many letters are in the name but no? Mimic is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woodwode. Gnome is 5 as well. No, it doesn't work, does it? Quickling, Q-U.
That'd be 2.
No, that'd be too many of Quickling, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Quickling's 9. That's a shame. I thought you were on something there.
Woodwode's 8.
That's what I thought. 5, 8, and then I was like, no, it doesn't work for you either.
So you're on the right track. I must have missed a teeth on the one. It should have 9 instead of 8. You have the right premises.
Oh, okay. So it's how many letters? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the Quickling would be for the 9, the taller one, I'm assuming.
Correct, and it's one
and
word.
And then the Mimic, so it's the number of letters in the name. So
Gotcha.
And it would be just red cap, so that's why there's red 3 on one side, cap on the other, and woodwode.
Red cap.
Right, 2 separate words.
Right. Gotcha.
Yay.
Got it.
Good
job.
You guys were right there. Like I didn't want to just give it away, but you were right there.
Good effort. So can we follow those rules? And so we'll use
the 9-toothed key on the Quickling.
Yep.
The 6 on the red cap, the 5 on the Mimic, and the 8 on the woodwode.
That's it.
Yep, and you put them in and you turn them and it unlocks, and there's a bunch of gears and mechanisms that turn. When you put the last key in and turn it, the lid is going to open. Inside there is a potion that looks as if it's kind of like this milky liquid.
Mm-hmm.
Are you thirsty, Uncle?
Sounds like it's perfume. Have we seen anything similar before? I'm assuming not.
You can do an Arcana check. If you get 14 or better, I'd say you probably would have seen it in a store, or you may have come across it in your travels.
Do the Arcana check.
19.
Oh, you take the Arcana check.
This looks like it could be a potion of sea invisibility.
Ooh.
Maybe there's something here that's invisible that we need to take now.
Yeah. You don't have that as a spell, do you?
No, I have greater invisibility.
So you can be invisible. Okay, so who wants to see? You can see. This is your tower. You can.
You sure, but
You can see.
it was your face.
Yeah, but this is your tower. You drink the sea invisibility. You see what's there. I'll pretend I can. I'll pretend I've drunk it as well and I can totally see what's going on.
Shall I drink it and then I leave one tiny drop to sit on for you?
So your eyes get a little blurry at first, and then all of a sudden they clear up, and everything is extremely crisp and sharp. When you look around, you will see hidden by invisibility, there is a doorway that is directly across from the door that you entered in, on the opposite side of this pedestal from where you guys are standing. There is a riddle written in a language. What language do you speak?
I speak common elvish halfling. Is it in Sylvan?
It is in Elvish.
Yay!
The riddle says, I am the meeting of day and night, when shadows dance in fading light. A time of dusk's embrace, can you guess this enchanting place?
Twilight.
Do you
No?
Yeah,
No, it's
yep.
just
No,
from
that's the right
Christmas.
answer. Do you
She's
say
not
it?
any of this.
Oh yeah,
You've drunk this potion and gone, Twilight.
yeah. That's literally what's happened.
Do you?
Go
Go ahead.
on.
No, go ahead.
I feel like I would have read that out, so Uncle would have heard. And then I say, well, surely the answer's Twilight.
Twilight. I agree.
When you say that in common, nothing happens.
I will say it in Elvish.
And then you will see the invisible door will become visible for Uncle, and it will open up very slowly, about cracking like 6 or 8 inches open.
Forward.
Try and open the door a bit more.
Sure.
Forward.
Yeah.
As you do, it kind of groans open as if the locks or the hinges haven't been used in quite some time. Another set of spiral steps climb upward.
Heading up, I guess.
Yeah.
As you slowly climb them, you begin to smell the faint scent of jasmine and sandalwood. As you see light at the top of the steps, the sounds of light conversation begin to find your ears. There is a male voice that is faintly heard. I can't find it. I can't find what it is you want, dear. Followed by a much older, vaguely familiar, yet soft reply. Oh, Daybreak. It's just over there, 3rd shelf to the right. Hurry, my friend, our guest will be here shortly. And I ask you what you would like to do.
It's Daybreak and Uncle.
They know we're here. They know we're coming. I thought Daybreak was dead.
Unless we come back to a different time.
We must be.
Oh, I'm well excited to see your alter ego.
So am I.
You're charging up the stairs, probably not stealthily at all.
Hello.
A clatter of hooves and halfling feet.
So
I reckon.
stepping into this beautiful sanctuary of organized clutter, your senses are filled with the smell of incense and parchment and old leather-bound tomes, sounds of burbling and brewing liquids in various beakers, stills, and pots set the ambience in the sanctuary. There are shelves and counters and tables and a beautiful desk that are covered with various trinkets, baubles, artifacts, and other magic items, sending goosebumps down your body with excitement at the static charge of arcana that fills this chamber. And that is when you see, sitting in a beautiful velvet green high-backed chair, an elderly, absolutely adorable figure of Twilight. Eyes slightly glazed, With the forming of cataracts, the elderly form of Twilight listens intently. Daybreak, dear, I believe our guests have arrived. Holding an exquisite, holy-looking tome is a male version of Twilight. As he looks to both of you, you're correct, dear. My gods, this is simply outstanding. Welcome, Twilight and Uncle. We have been expecting you. Daybreak moves over to the chair which older Twilight sits. He hands over the exquisite tome as she takes it, letting it rest gently in her quilt-covered lap. I know why you are here, and this is your destiny, dearie. Our friends on Solaris need our help to save their home, as well as the loom and multiverse. Come now, I don't bite anymore. She softly giggles, a little cough and then a slight gasp, and I ask you what you would like to do.
Oh, Uncle will let you take the helm here. It's literally you.
I'm totally frozen. Like, I feel like it must be so weird to meet an older version of yourself.
You definitely could
I think my first...
pass as like identically except for the age.
Okay. I feel like I'd be like, where am I? Where are we?
We are in our tower, is what she says with a little giggle.
But, oh, you know what I mean. What timeline are we on? I mean, how can we both exist at once? I'm Twilight. I've only known myself. I'm Twilight Shadowbloom.
Calm down before you work yourself in a tizzy. We know how that works. The tower itself is outside the realms of, how do I put this? Reality. Kind of an in-between, allowing you to travel to and from. So the rules do not necessarily apply to one of time or multiversal travel inside the tower, is what she says with a little giggle.
I mean, it does seem I am quite intelligent and quite interesting, isn't it, Uncle? Look what I've managed to create. I'm quite like impressed by myself right now.
So Uncle will kind of go over to old Twilight and be like, am I very important to you?
She reaches her little tiny hand and she kind of like touches your cheek and she's like, oh, my dear friend, you have no idea. And I have missed your company greatly, is what she says. Getting the impression that her version essentially is no longer around.
Yeah, but I will turn to you and be like, very important. Very.
Seems like I get soft in older age, doesn't it? What am I thinking?
You are on the correct timeline. This is where you are meant to be. You are in your proper place, is what she says. I've always been at this location, keeping an eye on things.
Well, you seem to be doing quite a good job at it. And
Thank you.
Did you create this tower yourself with Daybreak?
Took some. Daybreak says this was not for me. This was all her. I came here to deliver, and he looks to see that you have the staff, and I presume the journal. But I could not get home, is what he'll say. So I traveled around a bit, and trying to find different ways to get back to Solaris, where I miss my companion, Auntie. And he's got a bit of remorse or sadness. And that is when I discovered the Tower of Twilight. Upon solving the same riddles in which I'm sure that you all solved, I discovered her. And he looks towards her very like in a loving, platonic kind of way. But I saw her in her current condition, and I could not leave her behind, is what he said. Yes, Daybreak has been quite the helpful hand from time to time, and slightly clumsy at others, as you kind of look around to see there's a little mess here and there that he may have caused.
So when was the last time that you saw Auntie?
Time operates differently inside the tower, but it's probably been several years. if not approaching a decade or so.
I mean, we've seen them recently, haven't we?
The auntie we saw thought you were dead or gone.
How does he look? Is what he says, very curious and eager. Is he quite all right? Is everything fine with him?
Uncle will be like, well, he looks like me, but male. He seemed well when you saw him last. How long would it have been since we were in Solaris?
Your time frame probably is several weeks.
So last we saw him several weeks ago.
Oh.
He seemed well.
His face is alight with happiness and eagerness. Communications are very difficult inside the tower. As older Twilight will say, I've placed wards to protect outside intrusions from bothering me with my work and keeping my collections, as she looks around this beautiful kind of room, safe, is what she says.
That sounds very wise indeed. I've tried to do that for many years, and just ended up with Uncle following me around. So it seems that I'm a bit more successful in older age.
Dear, do not take that for granted. Cherish the moments you have with her, for sure, is what she says, very sincere.
Do I not have long?
Only time will tell, is what she says. Now, a point of matter here, the reason you're here, or getting down to business, is what she says. You are destined to help Team S.A.D stop the Demigorgon, as the Demigorgon wishes to create something that has been labeled as the Demon Weave. He plans on using this weave to take over the loom, is what she says. And the loom connects all the realms of the multiverse to magic, is what she'll say. He wishes to gain control of the loom so that he can influence all the magical weaves in the various multiverse and control all of it, is what she says.
Who are you speaking of?
The Prince of Demons, the Demigorgon.
Oh, the Oh, yes. Must be had another name, like the Prophet or something.
You've met the Prophet, is what she says.
We've heard from the Prophet.
I have not, of course, met the Prophet, but Daybreak has told me much about her.
I think I'm the Prophet.
I'm going to say that Daybreak gives a little smile and a little wink, like, ding, you're onto something. Right. What I have here is a relic or artifact that has been sealed and protected here in the tower for quite some time. I discovered it along my many travels and felt it would be very important, and my feelings, I followed them, were very true. This is known as the Book of Exalted Deeds, and she kind of taps the holy tome that is resting in her lap. Team S.A.D will definitely need this to aid in their attempt to thwart the Demigorgon and destroy it, sending it away from its existence in their realm.
So I need to get it back there.
The book does need a key to open, as there was the middle finger of a high priest of the All-Father that was used to open this, but I have yet to find where I've placed that key. And she struggles to try, like, it's something she knew at one point in her life she had, that she's forgotten what she's done with it, if that makes sense.
The All-Father, that wouldn't be... No, we've used the key we had, didn't we?
Was the All-Father...
That was of the place of knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the House of Knowledge. The All-Father. And we went load. We didn't pick up any we picked up a key from there, didn't we?
It's-
But we used that.
It's not a physical key that's needed. It is actually the finger,
Right.
the middle finger of a prophet of the All-Father, or priest of the All-Father. Apologies.
So I don't think he's still there anymore, will he? Was he the All-Father? I'm trying to remember now. The one...
Yeah, but if it... A prophet of the All-Father...
It was a priest of the the prophet of the All-Father, we've determined essentially was another uncle. What older Twilight is saying is there is basically a middle finger that was removed from a priest of the All-Father, which opens this book. Go ahead and roll me a history check, Twilight.
History. That's good for me. Ooh, I got 19 plus 5, so 24.
There was a particular gift in which you gave to Nox when you were last on
Oh,
Solaris.
yeah! I left a finger.
And it was a middle finger.
I have to say, oh my god, I totally did. I thought I realised, I sat there going, I think I left something for one of
Team Sad.
Team Sad. I was like, was it a finger? I was like, was it? I thought it'd be a really silly question, but it did. So
they've got the key.
They've got the key, the one that I stole and gave to them, so they didn't forget us. They can't forget us now. They've got the key.
Oh, everything's falling right into place.
Seems like it's been made for us.
So they have the key.
We have the book.
And Uncle will just be like,
Right?
We need to get to Solaris.
Solaris.
That can be arranged, dear,
We've got to
is
be-
what older Twilight will say. I have the ability to get you there, but not get you back. That will have to be of your own doings, as both Daybreak and older Twilight kind of look in the direction of the staff and what you carry.
I mean, I haven't been very successful at daily teleportation, even across this plane, let alone across other multiverses. I don't think I'm ready yet.
Daybreak will be able to kind of help you, show you a few tricks that may help you unlock some of its potential, since he was instructed by Auntie. So that will probably increase the ability or the chances that you can use it successfully. And then there's going to be a small journal on a small table off to the right of Old Twilight, in which she kind of will reach and hand over to Daybreak, and Daybreak will bring it to you. And this is going to be a journal in which looks very familiar to you. It'll be very similar to your personal journal. So this will carry on like from... the irony or the fun of it is when you look through it, it's identical all the way up to a certain point, and then it continues on. Her journal will continue on all the things that are yet to come. But
Oh, wow.
the fun thing is when you look at a page, it'll stay one way for a brief second, and then words shift and things shift, so it's always in flux once you get past where you've chronicled.
That's cool.
So it's always changing because everything is in flux.
That sounds really silly. Can I hold the book and then step to the side?
Sure.
And then step to the other side and just watch it change?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, like you'll read some sort of epic battle in which you had encountered maybe a month or so after encountering. And then after you finish reading it, you go back and it's just a typical day drinking tea. It just changes constantly. So every 10, 15 minutes roughly, something new appears in it. Because everything is connected essentially to this, and various versions of you are changing it.
I feel like I want to flick all the way to the end of it. I know it will constantly change, but almost I'll be obsessed with my own demise of what happens. But it's just
my time is short here, dear. And I have so much to give and so much to talk about. Take your time and go around looking through the room, and you may take 4 items of choosing that you think would help you and Team S.A.D accomplish their goals. So there are, there are 9 items and which look interesting to you, and that would contain enough value you think that you can select 4 of. So I will give you a list if you are ready.
We are ready.
There is a tome of clear thought, a tome of leadership and influence, a tome of understanding. There is an animated shield. There are braziers of defense. There is a broom of flying. There is a manual of quickness of action. There is a necklace of prayer beads. And there is a guardian emblem of the Allfather. Now, most of the tombs and manuals will give you statistic bumps, like you can bump up your attributes, like your numbers. So they'll make you wiser, smarter, give you extra things here and there. Those are more like artifacts.
So I got 4.
You can choose 4 of the 9.
So we've got Tome of... Oh, so we've got Tome of
Clear Thought.
Tome of... Was it Quickness of Action or something?
There is a manual of quickness and action. There's a tome of leadership and influence. There's a tome of understanding. Animated shield.
There's a Tome of Understanding.
And those are all in D&D Beyond. So if you want to know what they do, you can like quick search them out.
Yeah. So Tome of Clear Thought, Tome of Leadership,
Tome of Understanding.
Animated Shield, Braces of Defense, Broom of Flying. There was something of the Allfather, and
there's a guardian emblem of the Allfather. There is. You're pretty sure that this could be something that the prophet may have left with Daybreak.
Okay. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm missing 2.
Necklace of prayer beads. Yep. Braziers of defense. Manual of quickness of action.
That's on.
That's it. Remember that for a sec. Beads and manual of quickness
And action. Or of action, my apologies.
Thank you. I'm not very quick.
Right, so what do we think will be useful to Team S.A.D?
Well, I know braces of defense ups your, I think it's up to your AC. It ups something. I know that's more adding on defense, but I'm intrigued by Guardian of the Allfather, just because it's something to do from the Prophet.
That intrigues me as well. Should we take, because there's 3 tomes.
Yep.
So definitely take a tome. Definitely take like a religious aspect. So if we take the Allfather as opposed to the prayer beads.
Yep.
And then we've got 4 items, physical, like a shield, braces.
Yeah.
3 items in the manual. So maybe 2 books and 2 items.
See, I'm wondering if something like broom of flying might be handy. Just getting up in the air can always be good.
Let's take the Allfather. We'll take the Guardian of the Allfather.
Okay. So it's a guardian emblem of the Allfather. So this is basically his symbol that a prophet or a priest would carry.
Yep. And then, do you want to take the Broom of Flying?
We can take broom of flying, yeah.
Yep, Broom of Flying.
Okay.
And then clear thoughts, tone of
Quickness
leadership.
of action. Surely, quickness of action, that implies to me like making something a bonus action,
So
which
you
could be
can
useful.
use an extra attack.
I think that could be quite useful.
Okay, should we go for that?
Yeah, the Manual of Quickness of Action.
Okay.
And then you can decide the last one.
Well, I was wondering tome of understanding, if that might help understand things, but then would that be, could be things like identify and things like spells like that, I was wondering. Or tone of quickness, tone of clear thought.
You choose.
Maybe tome of quickness and leadership. I'm thinking quickness makes you...
Well, it's not quickness. It's
Oh, no, it's tome of
leadership.
leadership, sorry.
Leadership and influence.
Help us and influence. I wonder if that sounds kind of useful.
Yeah.
Tome of leadership and influence. I think maybe we'll take those 4.
Awesome.
So that would be...
So I've written it down.
Yeah.
So we've taken the guardian emblem of the All-Father, broom of flying, manual of quickness of action, and tome of leadership and influence.
I mean, they all sound great. So it's hard to pick 4.
So you've selected your 4 items. Now,
Yeah.
anything else you guys want to like do? Quite like this is your time to question or whatever you want to do.
She'll kind of approach old Twilight and say, I understand if you can't answer this, but is there anything I need to be wary of?
You know all that is needed, dearie, is what she says. In time.
Okay.
It is...
If I die, I'll blame you.
Yes, this is what she says. I've missed you so much.
Do you have any questions for yourself? She misses me greatly.
I say again, I've softened in my older age, it seems.
She will present to you the legendary artifact, the Book of Exalted Deeds.
Ooh. That's the one that needs the
That's
key.
correct. This is also the counterpart to the Book of Vile Darkness. Exactly.
I wonder if we might need both of those.
I need to be going back to prison to get that book.
Yeah, if they got arrested. I guess the only things that come into mind are, do you think I can do it? People keep calling me Twilight the Great, and I will help defeat the evil, but I've just left school.
I'm a living testament to the fact that you can do it, dear, is what she says.
Have you done it before then?
I can't tell you all the secrets or there'll be no fun in learning anymore, is what she says.
I am just as cryptic as seems as I am now.
She will take your hands, like these tiny withered little halfling hands, and she like takes one of your hands and puts both of hers, like one on the bottom, one on top, and just kind of squeeze it, giving you a sense of reassurance. And she says, you are greater than you give yourself credit for. You surround yourself with people that are here, that love you and wish to take care of you and protect you. Don't take that for granted, is what she says. You'll be fine.
Okay. I think I might know how to get back as well. It seems like I've got a bit more understanding of the stuff now.
And look at it this way. If you don't make it back, there's plenty of pages to write those adventures down, is what she says.
So even if you do die, at least people will know what happened.
Maybe I can make sure that you can let other people know what happens as well.
No, I think I'm going to die, so...
Okay. I'm really glad you're at peace with that.
Oh, it's natural order of things, isn't it?
Ah, the Fae. Absolutely bonkers. Is there any tips you can give me other than everything else to fighting a demogorgon and an evil demon? Just one little tidbit?
Believe in your friends. Believe in yourself. Just believe, is what she says.
Okay.
You have to be nicer to me. That's what I heard.
Okay, Uncle. I'll kind of like go up and just slightly awkwardly pat her on one of her horns.
Well,
Is that better?
If you are all set and there's no further questions or discussions, she waits a minute to see if there is any.
I think we have everything we need.
I can't think of anything else to ask right now. So I think we're ready.
Daybreak, dear, I have truly enjoyed your company. And you can see there's kind of this moment that's going to be kind of shared between the two of them. As she takes his hand, very similar to how she took yours, and she kind of pats the top of his hand and says, I have enjoyed your company so tremendously during this time, but my time is drawing to a close, and it's time for you to go home, back to Auntie, is what she says. So, if you wouldn't mind. And he says, right, I'll take care of that. And he goes over to this bookcase. He pulls one particular book. The bookcase will open up, and inside or behind is a small little alcove with all kinds of strange instrumentations that are connected with copper tubes and fluids and all kinds of things, and different levers and buttons and stuff, in which he will begin starting to prime or prep something. And you're pretty sure he's kind of setting this TARDIS, if you will, to get you where you need to go. So, on that note, he will throw one last lever. He looks to all of you, and you guys will basically shift from here, and you will end up somewhere in Solaris, in which you will, I'm assuming, try to find and help Team S.A.D when the time comes.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So that's going to conclude this special chapter of our tale. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed writing it and making it, that's for sure.
That was so much fun.
So yeah, if you want to go ahead, let me find my outro thing here. Yep, go ahead and
thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Tell everyone where they can find you guys.
Yeah, so you can find us on Instagram at Insight Chicks, and thank you so much.
It was a pleasure.
DM Eric for
It's
everything.
brilliant.
Yeah,
Thank
really
you.
fun. It's nice to meet an older version of myself,
Yeah.
which is a bit scary.
It's definitely a pleasure, and like I said, looking forward to putting all this together and seeing how it plays out in the very end. So if you you can check us out on YouTube. We're creating Grin. Please subscribe, hit the button down below. You can smash the bell button, keep up to date, check out the newest episodes, leave those comments, thumbs up the video. Check us out on our socials: Facebook, Instagram, Threads at crit_eating_Grin. We're on TikTok at Creating Grin. And then if you want to try to chat with us, we got a Discord channel. We're at Creating Grin. And until next time, keep grinning.